Hey, welcome to the garden. It is March 14th, 2024, and a day we've been waiting for what seems like an eternity. Today was the day that the staff of the city, Hazen and Sawyer and Waterstreet Studio, as well as Botanical Garden of the Piedmont, have been locating over 700 flags of native trees and shrubs that will be planted starting next week. So we thought we would introduce you to the main people who are responsible for making this amazing project happen. It was a collaboration, I think, unlike most that people work on. So joining me first is Dan Frisbee from the city of Charlottesville. Dan, can you talk about what it was about this particular stream that made the city feel compelled to start with it as its next restoration project?
Sure. So anybody that's had been to this site prior to the restoration would have encountered a very different stream corridor and environment. It was one where the stream had steep vertical banks 10 to 12 feet high, like a bit of a canyon. It was really inaccessible for the public to get down and interact with and learn from and experience anything. And because of that as well, it was contributing to literally tons and tons of sediment down into Shanks Branch and Meadow Creek and the Rivanna River. With that sediment are other pollutants that go downstream. So for the city, it was an opportunity to come in and repair this stream to prevent that sediment from moving downstream and polluting our waterways. It also offered us the opportunity to make some real improvements to the habitat, both in the stream as well as in the riparian corridor. And then finally, it was an opportunity to partner with the Botanical Garden. This was a stream that we had identified years ago as being in need of restoration. And with the advent of the Botanical Garden at this site and them wanting to utilize the stream as a key point, focal point of the gardens, it offered the perfect opportunity for us to get some grant money, utilize some city stormwater utility fund dollars to come in and make this project happen. And it's been a real wonderful collaboration amongst the city, the Botanical Garden, and some of our design partners that we're going to talk to next.
Thanks, Steve. Hey guys, my name is Ty Smith and I'm with Hazen and Sawyer. I'm the engineer of record for this project. So you heard Dan speak to some of the project goals. So the three project goals were water quality improvements, habitat enhancements, as well as education and accessibility. And so we took an approach that blended into the landscape using natural channel design techniques and bioengineering that is site-specific to this ecoregion in order to restore the stream to those three primary goals. And so what you see here is we actually changed the geometry of the stream, the plan of the stream, and the profile of the stream in a very substantial way to meet every single one of those objectives, despite having significant site considerations and utility constraints. So some of the features that you'll see out here on site are grade control structures. So that'll include constructed riffles, boulder cross veins and J-hooks, as well as a cascade right at the tributary. The other component that we incorporated here was reuse of materials that were felled out on site by using them as tow wood structures for stability, as well as habitat and carbon sequestration. So those are kind of the two pillars of hydrology and geology of just transforming this entire stream corridor. But the third kind of leg to the stool, if you will, is incorporating native vegetation to make sure that we're having, yes, that aquatic habitat and riparian uplift, but also using it as a cornerstone for the greater Botanical Garden of the Piedmont. And so I worked really closely with our friends over at Waterstreet Studio to blend in a landscape design that would work seamlessly with the water quality goals as well as the habitat in order to invite people down within this awesome community of Charlottesville and learn something. And I'll pass it to my bud, to Jake Fox, to speak to it a little bit more.
Thanks so much, Ty. Hi everyone, I'm Jake Fox of Waterstreet Studio, Landscape Architects, based out of Charlottesville. And we were honored to be a part of this team and to work collaboratively with Hazen and Sawyer and Ty and Dan and Jill to really combine visions where there was already a project happening on the site And obviously there will be a botanical garden built all around the site. So we worked with Ty to highlight certain plants that are native to the state of Virginia and to group them basically into collections and highlight zones where in the future when people visit the garden they'll be able to come and see specific plants and learn about them, and through the partnership with the education coordinator at the garden really help people to get excited about plants and learn more about streams and hydrology. And so you can see there's quite a bit of change in topographically across the site, and so we work with Ty to find the right plant for the right place and focus plants that like to be wet kind of on the lower side, and then work our way up to some of the drier upland zones. And so a lot of the plants that we've used will be really specifically located in those topographic areas. And you can see some of the flags that have been laid out, that each flag represents one plant, mostly trees and shrubs. As well as on the ground plane we'll have a native seed mix that will be a lot of mixes of native grasses and forbs, and as well as some temporary stabilization soils, seed mixes. Yeah, so it's been a wonderful time and to see this project come to fruition and to really see the green start to come. And we've been very excited to be a part of this. Pass it back to Jill to close us off here.
Okay, so the fence should be coming down sometime the week after Earth Day, if everything goes according to plan. And at that point, the community will be invited to see the results of all of this hard work. And so stay posted to our website and like us on Facebook or Instagram to keep up with not just what's happening with the stream, but all of the other programs that are being offered in the garden. I look forward to seeing you here soon.